If I had you to name the biggest green flag in a relationship, what would you say? Communication, consistency, loyalty, or even honesty? If you ask me, these are all great answers. In fact, they are probably the same answers I would have given. But lately, I have been thinking. I don't think the greenest flag is the one we talk about the most. I think it's the one we hardly ever mention. And this completely changed the way I look at relationships. Welcome to Moments and Musings, a calm corner where we slow down, breathe, and reflect on life's quiet lessons. I am Adiza, and this space is for you. Your still moments, your gentle thoughts, and that part of you learning to rest again. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to the podcast. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad you found us. And if you're a returning listener, thank you so much for coming back. It truly means a lot to me. Today, I want us to have a conversation about the greenest flag nobody really talks about. So, let's get into it. A few months ago, I was waiting for my food at a small restaurant. Nothing fancy, just one of those quiet evenings where people were talking softly, waiters were moving around with plates, and everyone seemed wrapped up in their own little world. There was a couple sitting a few tables away from me. They weren't laughing, they weren't smiling either. From the look on their faces, I honestly thought they were about to have an argument. The lady looked disappointed, and the man, he looked nervous. I wasn't trying to listen to their conversation, but they were close enough that a few words drifted over. She looked at him and said, "When you cancelled our dinner plans yesterday without telling me earlier, I felt unimportant. Not, you're so selfish. Not, you never cared about me." She simply said, "I felt unimportant." I remember thinking, okay, let's see how this goes. Because honestly, we've all seen moments like this before. Usually, someone gets defensive. "Oh, you're overreacting. It wasn't that serious now. You're too sensitive. I said I was busy. Don't you understand?" I almost expected one of those responses. But they shocked me. He was quiet. Not the awkward kind of quiet. The kind of quiet that says, "I'm actually listening." Then he looked at her and said, "I didn't realize that's how it made you feel." Then he paused and said, "I am really sorry. You're right. I should have told you earlier. I'll do better next time." And that was it. No raised voices. No trying to prove who was right. No turning the conversation around on her. Just simply listening. Taking responsibility and choosing to do better. I don't know why, but that conversation stayed with me for so long. On my way home that day, I kept thinking about what I just witnessed. It wasn't a perfect relationship. He had made a mistake. She had been hurt, but somehow it felt safe. Then it hit me. Maybe the greenest flag isn't someone who never gets it wrong. Because let's be honest, that is impossible. Maybe the greenest flag is someone who is willing to grow, someone who is teachable, someone who doesn't hear correction as an attack, someone who can say, "I was wrong." Do you know how rare that is? These days, we celebrate confidence. We admire people who always have the right words, who seem so sure of themselves. But confidence without humility can be dangerous. Because when someone believes they are never wrong, then there's no room for growth. Think about it. Have you ever tried explaining to someone that they hurt you, only for the conversation to become about defending themselves? Instead of hearing your pain, they start listing reasons why you shouldn't feel that way. And before you know it, you're apologizing for bringing it up. That's exhausting. Now imagine the opposite. Imagine saying, "That really hurt me." And in turn, you heard, "I am sorry. Tell me more." Can you imagine how safe that feels? I think that's what emotional safety looks like. Not perfection, not never making mistakes, but creating an environment where people can be honest without fear. And I don't think that only applies to romantic relationships. Think about your friendships, your sibling, your parents, even your colleagues at work. Can they receive feedback? Can they apologize? Can they change their mind? Can they admit they don't know everything? Those are green flags too. But here is the part that challenged me the most. While I was busy thinking about green flags in other people, I realized I needed to ask myself the same question. Am I teachable? When someone tells me I hurt them, do I listen? Or do I defend myself? Can I apologize without adding but? Can I admit I was wrong? Can I change? Because it is easy to make a list of qualities we are looking for. It is much harder to become the kind of person we're hoping to find. Maybe the healthiest relationships aren't made up of two perfect people. Maybe they are made up of two people who are willing to keep learning each other. And I think we've spent so much time looking for charm, for chemistry, for butterflies, that we've overlooked something quieter, which is humility. A heart that is willing to learn. A person who doesn't need to win every disagreement. Someone who values the relationship more than their ego. And maybe, just maybe, that is the greenest flag of all. So, maybe today, pay a little less attention to perfect work and a little more attention to humble acts. Notice how the people around you respond when they are corrected, not just how they behave when everything is going on well. And ask yourself whether you are creating a safe space for the people you love. And maybe this week, if someone lovingly points out something you could do better, don't rush to defend yourself. Pause, listen, grow. Sometimes the strongest people aren't the ones who are always right. They are the ones who are willing to learn. Thank you so much for spending this moment with me. If this episode made you think a little differently, I'd love for you to share it with someone you care about. And if you enjoyed this conversation, don't forget to follow the podcast and leave a rating. It really helps Moment Musings reach more people. Until next time, keep finding beauty in the little moments and wisdom in the musings.